Hello, everybody. I chose the 2007 Virginia Tech Massacre. I chose this case study for two reasons. One, it seems we're seeing these kind of incidents with increasing frequency. And two, this case highlights the difficulty on these types of scenes in determining the number of shooters and or if he, she, they are still alive. Stage 1 of the case study states that you are the university administrator at a large public university. It is 8 a.m. on April 16, and you are informed that two students have been shot and killed in a resident hall on campus. At 9 a.m., you receive report that no gun was found and at the scene, and nobody is in custody of the university police. At 9:26 a.m., an email is sent to students by the university stating that two students have been killed in a domestic dispute. The administrator should be prepared for a worst case scenario and assume there is at least one gunman roaming the campus. The university police needs to continue searching for the gunman as well as notifying the local police department for assistance. Footage from security cameras near the dorm should be reviewed to try and identify any suspects. A message should be sent out to students immediately dismissing the students from class for the day, as the gunman may still be in the area. Local officials need to be notified of the ongoing situation. Then stage 2 of the disaster states that at 10 a.m. the university receives a call from a faculty member at Norris Hall that a note was attached to the exterior door stating that a bomb would go off if an attempt be made to gain entrance. Police should converge on Norris Hall and a bomb squad should be deployed. People on campus need to be notified immediately to stay in their buildings until police have searched the area. Stage 3 of the disaster states that police are having trouble breaking through the barricaded doors. 5 minutes later, after the last shot has been fired, they finally gain entrance. Inside Norris Hall, there are multiple dead and injured. Due to high winds, medical helicopter transport is impossible. The administrator should have every available vehicle commandeered to transport the wounded to the hospital. Police needs to ensure the building is cleared for explosive devices or other gunmen. Medical supplies should be dispersed, and anyone able to do so requested to provide first aid until EMS arrives. The public needs to be informed of what has occurred and that help is being provided for the wounded. Next of kin of those killed need to be notified. Key issues in this case study are that an administrator should not hesitate to request and deploy additional resources in a situation that may be more serious or dangerous than it initially appears. Additionally, other methods such as security cameras and card key locks should be employed to assist campus security, as it is difficult to provide security for open areas on the campus. My critique of the case study is that I do not think it is appropriate to dismiss students from class when the situation is still completely unclear until more information is available, as in the location of the gunman and number of assailants. Students should shelter in place. The ensuing chaos of students rushing out of their classrooms will make finding the gunman even more difficult. Additionally, by not isolating the assailant from the students and staff, it makes them easier targets. I also learned that it took over 16 minutes after the first two shooting victims being discovered by Virginia Tech Police and at 0724 personnel for the VT Police Department chief to be notified of the shootings. After that, it took another 11 minutes for the chief to contact Blacksburg Police Department for mutual aid, and then this occurred at 0751. The only reason I can imagine is that initially the shootings were considered to be of domestic nature, but even assuming that this was a double murder by a jealous individual, it still meant that the suspect was on the loose. At 0813, the Virginia Police Department chief requests to secure the perimeter of the dormitory. At 0852, Blacksburg Public Schools locked their outer doors after an officer hears of the incident on his police radio. At 0926, A text message is sent to the Virginia Tech community alerting them of the shooting. In the meantime, Cho, who is the assailant, had mailed his manifesto, returned to the campus, and chained the doors of Norris Hall shut. Approximately 15 minutes later, Cho began shooting students and faculty at Norris Hall. What went well in regards to this incident is the fact that all county EMS was responded as soon as the 911 call was rerouted from Blacksburg PD to the Virginia Tech Police Department dispatchers. Something else I learned from this case study is that school shootings are actually not a thing of recent history, but have been reported even before we became a country. However, most shootings, and there are many, are of the one-on-one type rather than mass shootings. But even mass shootings have been around for a while, beginning in 1966. All in all, there have been 40 school shootings already this year. So as you can see, this is actually a pretty significant problem, one that definitely needs to be looked into and trained on by departments. I also have some links below the podcast, so if you want to find out some more, has a timeline, and then also talks about specifics of Cho and his growing up, which mental issues also seem to have some play in a lot of these school shootings, which is something else that I thought was interesting. But anyhow, I hope you find this interesting as well.